Hello everybody and welcome to Jim Games. Right, why do I continue to play No Man's Sky? Okay, I've been playing No Man's Sky since the Foundation update, well on and off, right? So I've seen a lot of updates come out for No Man's Sky, okay? And I've done a lot of things, but you know, the endgame players like me, right, old OG players, the game becomes incredibly boring at times. Right, it's good when you're a new player and you come into the game, but it's like any game really. You play it for long enough, you've done everything, right? I've done everything in the game, everything, and people have been in the game a long time have done a lot of things. You're trying to find yourself a niche in No Man's Sky, which my niche was ship hunting. I love ship hunting. It's what I do. I love it. I come on here onto No Man's Sky and look for ships. Okay, in a procedural universe, that's awesome, because you're always going to find a different ship. Okay, nothing's set. The good thing about No Man's Sky, can you see all those stars in the background? Right? You can visit all those stars. Well, more or less. Okay? They are not just pinpricks on a background. You go into the star map, you can visit each one of them. Right? It's true, not many people know that about No Man's Sky. When you look up into the sky, when you're in space, all these little dots, they're actually solar systems you can visit in No Man's Sky. Yeah, and not many people know that. It's right, is that? Because in the olden days, you could judge in No Man's Sky, you could judge where certain planets were by looking up into the sky. Yeah, look that up if you don't believe me, but it's true. You could do that. Anyway, with No Man's Sky, it's incredible. It's incredible, but it can be incredibly boring as well, right? And yeah, you're very free to tell me in the comments what you think of No Man's Sky being boring, right? When you are called as endgame players, OG players, original gangsters, right? We are the people that have been in the game a very long time, right? You've done everything, you've been everywhere, you've been to every galaxy, you've explored everywhere, you've found everything, you've done every storyline, everything, right? In the game, it becomes incredibly boring. But why do we keep coming back? Okay, No Man's Sky has that effect on people where it gives you the ability to do whatever you want. And with most games these days, you get a lot of games that are based on storyline, right? And story and fetch quests and all this type of thing. Like Starfield, I've just come back from Starfield. Okay, it is a good game, Starfield. Good action, right? Good first-person shooter, right? But it's mainly fetch quests on Starfield. You know, you're fetching stuff, doing quests all the time. And it's not like No Man's Sky at all, because it's different. It's an RPG. No Man's Sky has RPG elements, but the majority of the elements for No Man's Sky is actually exploration. You do not have another sandbox game like No Man's Sky. You know, I don't even think Minecraft is has as much exploration as No Man's Sky. This means you can jump from solar system to solar system, right? Find new planets, land on them, build a base. You can drive around an entire planet, right? Fly around an entire planet, do what you want, walk around an entire planet. You don't get that much. I remember what Elite Dangerous brought out the Odyssey update, and you could get out your ship and walk around the planet, right? You can do it in Starfield, but that's just animation where you're landing. You can't land on a planet like this on Starfield. You can't do it. You just don't do it. It's animations, and you can't fly across planet surfaces like I'm doing and land at any spot and build a base. You know, you tell me another game you can do that. You can't, because there isn't really. You know, No Man's Sky has got that ability to explore. It's more of an exploration sandbox game now. You do have elements of permadeath and survival aspects in the game, but that's based on what mode you play. You know, you can just play pure sandbox, and you can just play pure action, survival, and it gives you the choice. So in a way, it's a multiplayer sandbox game. Do whatever you want. I mean, you can do whatever you want in No Man's Sky. You want to build a freaking massive castle? You can do. You want to build a massive building? You can do. Underground base? You can do. Build a vehicle? You can. You know, you can't really drive it, right? You can go to any galaxy you want as long as you have the resources to do it, right? With 256 galaxies, you know, the game is huge. You can get a freighter and build a base on it. You can get a creature, turn it into a companion and ride it over the top of a planet, right? Around the planet on the back of a creature, or fly on the back of a creature. You know, this is No Man's Sky. You know, you can do whatever you want. You know, and there's not many games out there that actually gives you the ability to do whatever the hell you want. And I believe that a lot of players in No Man's Sky actually forget that. And to be honest, I actually forgot that. And I got engrossed in the actual boredom in No Man's Sky. And that put me off for a long time. That's why I went on to Starfield. Now I'm back after seeing what Starfield was like and the rest of the games, and actually appreciated what No Man's Sky is all about. And you do. Sometimes you need that break from No Man's Sky to actually appreciate No Man's Sky. And it is a good game. Unfortunately, it is an update-based game, okay? Because when you become, let's say, an Endgame player, you know, all you do is look forward to updates in No Man's Sky. That's all you do. That's all people seem to do in No Man's Sky these days. And when the updates eventually stop, which I can't see anytime soon, right? But when they eventually stop, that is when No Man's Sky will die, unfortunately, right? It is because the only interesting thing you get in No Man's Sky, really, are the updates, you know. And that, I'm not only basing that on the fact that everything's procedural, you know, it's repetitive. So once you built one base, you built 50 bases type of scenario. So for example, I'm building a base here, right? But a year ago, I was building exactly the same base, like on the same type of planet, same design, right? A year ago. So you know what I mean? If you understand what I mean, okay? But the reason why I keep coming back to No Man's Sky is because of the actual ability to do what the hell you like. You know, there aren't many games that do that. You know, not even like Roblox or Minecraft do that, right? Yeah, they're sandbox games, right? But they don't give you the ability to do whatever you want all the time. There's always some kind of constraint involved. With No Man's Sky, there's absolutely no constraints at all. You can do whatever the hell you like. You know, as long as you have the resources, and depending what mode you're in, like creative mode, you can do whatever you want. You can do what you want. And also when it's online multiplayer, you can play with your friends, you know, when the multiplayer is fixed. And there's also an integrated portal system within the game where you can jump to any system that people have found using the portal system, which is awesome, okay? No Man's Sky is a unique game. And if you're wanting to play a game where you have a 100% exploration, you have an element of lore and storyline, plus you can fight either against Sentinels, which is the enemy, right, of the game, and just enjoy it, you can, right? You can go into certain modes like creative mode, permadeath, survival and normal modes, right? Plus an expedition that is launched occasionally, right? You know, there's plenty to do in No Man's Sky to keep you busy, okay? But endgame players find it difficult to, you know, cope sometimes, right? Because it becomes incredibly repetitive, right? But Hello Games tried to remedy that with the last update, okay? So this is why I keep coming back to No Man's Sky. It's because it's just, you can do anything you want, and you don't get that in most games, and that's what I like. A fully open, immersive, you know, open world game. Anyway, leave your comments below. I really appreciate to hear your feedback. You tell me why you keep coming back to No Man's Sky, and tell me what you want to change in No Man's Sky. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.